Do you think Nick won a fight in Bisping? I mean, that'll sell. I mean, that's...
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I mean, I would like to see it, especially if it's a title, so it makes sense. I mean, Nick really is a 70-pounder, though. I think he prefers being at 70s, but they keep wanting to push him to these 85-pound fights, which it's not his fight. I mean, for Anderson Silva, it made sense because he's a legend. And, I mean, I guess for Bisping, he's the champ now, so it might make sense as well.
Yeah, I think Mike is at towards the end of his career. I think he knows that. He's had some eye problems. But I also think, though, too, is that he's trying to generate as much money as he possibly can, and he knows which fights are the money fights. The Nick Diaz fight is the money fight. You know, the Dan Henderson was the money fight for him. These are the fights. Look, if the UFC's willing to jump on the bandwagon, go ahead and let him do it and pick and choose his opponents. It sucks for the guys that are at the bottom. But like I said before, if you're favored with the UFC, they're going to do what they can for you. And this is a great example of that scenario and that situation. That Michael has been, as much as I've been like up and down on him throughout his career. In the beginning, I absolutely hated him, man. I was like, man. But then I trained with him a little bit down in Huntington Beach.
Yeah,
I
trained a few times. He's not a bad guy.
And he's not
always
a bad
in
guy.
shape.
I trained with him at Ruka. He's always ready to train. He trains hard.
Yeah, he trains hard. He's always in shape. I mean, a lot of people don't know him, like, oh, he's a prick, but he's always been cool to me.
Yeah, he's always been cool to me too, man.
But I know a lot of people don't like him, though.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
I think if he don't like you, he's just not friendly. He's one of those kind of guys that's just like, keeps his distance.
Yeah, after you meet them, I think that's something that people think they need to understand also. After you meet a lot of the MMA guys, they're actually cool guys, man. A lot of them.
Yeah, as long as you approach them right, too. Because sometimes guys are just not in the mood to get harassed and shit, you know? So it's like, I mean, I can see Bisping being like that a little bit, but overall, he's not a bad guy.
No, I've always had a great time training with him. He's been a good training partner, you know, doesn't do prick stuff. And you know,
exactly, he was good.
He trains hard. That's what I like too. I like to go with guys that want to train hard. I don't want to be dinking around, have conversations, and I don't want to do that, man. I want to train and
get in, get out, work hard.
Get out. Yeah, get in, work out.
Him and Nick would be an exciting fight though, because they both are in shape. They both throw tons of punches, both really high volume. So it would be a good fight.
The only thing that concerns me a little bit with that fight is that Bisping tends to stay away, and Nick isn't the type that like chases after you. He just walks you down, and I think stylistically, it could just be another one of those Anderson Nick Diaz fights. Just him just trying to stick and move, and Nick's there to fight, and that's what people don't understand. When Nick comes, Nick and Nate both, they're like, dude, fight me, like, hurry up. And then stylistically, I think for Bisping, it kind of benefits him a little bit to stick and move because he doesn't want to get caught into a slug match with them, you know, and that's the one thing that he needs to be wary of, because those guys, man.
Yeah, they
throw punches in bunches. They can take shots, and they throw punches in bunches. And what I mean by punches in bunches, 8, 9, 10, 12 punch combinations.
They'll keep throwing them.
They'll keep throwing, and it doesn't affect them at all. Like, whatever.
Yeah, they're good at like judging their power. So it's like light, hard, light, hard.
Yep.
So they're not all light either. Sometimes people are like, oh, they got no power, but they'll zing in some hard ones in there. All of a sudden, you're like, wow, I just got popped with a good one.
Yeah.
Because they're not blowing themselves out. Because it's like relax, boom. You know, it's that good little rhythm they got.
Yeah. If you think about, like, I was there live at the Paul Daly and Nick Diaz fight.
Oh man,
that was probably the best first round fight I've ever seen in my whole life. I would say it was probably the best first round fight.
That was only one round, huh? That was such a fight for a round. That was crazy.
It ended with like 20 or 30 seconds left in the first round, I think, or something along those lines. But man, that was the very first fight the UFC had owned Strikeforce, and even Dana and Lorenzo were on the side, jumping up and down. That fight was electric. You know, it was just electric. The whole arena went crazy. It was just insane. What a fight, man.
Yeah, that was. That just shows how tough he is too.
No, exactly.
Gets up, and then knocks him out.
But to talk about what he was talking about was that it was after Nick had got rocked, got back up, fought his way back up to his feet. Started walking after him, throwing punches. It was boom, 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 real light, bam. Boom, 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 real light, bam. And it was just one of those. And I hear boxing coaches talk about it all the time. I've been around Andre Ward's coach when he was sparring. Yeah. He's like, okay, touch. Let go.
Exactly.
Touch,
a lot of
touch,
high-level boxers, I think.
Yeah, a lot of high. Otherwise, they get tired.
Exactly. I think a lot of people miss that with Nick and Nate. They're just like, oh, they're not hitting that hard, but you're mixing their power in light, hard. You know, the combos they slip in different power. Yeah. And exactly that way they can keep throwing punches without getting tired. Because you can't throw a hard shot. You're gonna start gassing yourself.
Yep, exactly.
Which one? You want to be the comedian? I'll be the one that actually knows how to fight. Oh!